Hello everybody and welcome back to That Handicapping Show, sponsored by twinspires.com. I'm Jason Chandler along with Tom Lamara and Tim Holland from Brisk.com. This week's featured race is the $250,000 Hollywood Turf Cup. It's the only Grade 1 on the calendar this week. It drew a field of 8, and the standout appears to be the only female in the race, Treat Gently. His 5-year-old Juddmonte homebred has won 2 graded stakes this year. And was a solid 4th last out in the Turf Classic at Belmont against males. So she looks like she has a good chance in here against the males. Marlang and Temple City are the other graded stakes winners this year. Let's get right into it. Tim, I'll ask you first. How do you think it shapes up from a pace perspective? Who gets the lead here?
Well, I think Marlang goes to the lead, but I don't think he gets an easy lead. Temple City's bound to be right there with him, and I think Big Shot, but Sid will be right there too. I think it sets up perfectly for the mare.
For the mare, yep. And tell us why you like her.
Well, she's the outstanding performer. I mean, her run in the Turf Classic was good. You know, behind Winchester and Patio Prado. Those 2 horses are obviously a lot better than what's in this race.
Yeah.
I've been a little bit disappointed actually with Treat Gently. I thought she was going to be a top horse when she first came over here. And she has been a little bit disappointing. She's been kind of spotty.
Yeah, a little inconsistent.
Yeah, but she's the class of the field, and I think she gets the perfect trip. I think Where's the Remote's worth a look. I mean, he did run very well to behind Champ Pegasus, who nearly won the Breeders' Cup Turf. Looked like the winner there for a minute. Treat
Gently gets P-Val for the first time, right?
Yeah, and that's perfect too. I mean,
that's a good thing for you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of his.
Some would differ on that, but
well,
anyway,
I'm a big fan of his riding. Yeah.
You like her?
I'm with Tim here. Really for all the same reasons too. I picked Treat Gently in the Turf Classic in her last start in early October, and you know, on the turn near the top of the stretch, I thought I had an 11-to-1 shot that might win the race, and she flattened out a little against Winchester, Patio Prado, and Grassy, who came back to win. I think she runs stronger on the turf here, or excuse me, on firm turf. Her last couple races were on off turf, and previously she won 2 races in a row on firm turf at 1 mile and 3/8, I believe. Yes, so I really like her here. No 11-to-1. So you just kind of take it. And again, Where's the Remote for the same reasons that Tim mentioned, but that's about it for me in this race. So.
I went with Marlang, who would probably be, what, the 2nd or 3rd choice maybe?
I would think so,
yeah. I won the Sunset over this course, 3 back at the distance, has 2 wins at the distance. I think 1.5 miles is probably right for him. Reunited with Joel Rosario, which I think is a good thing, and he's got the brisk speed numbers on his best race that are good enough to win this race in a pretty underwhelming Grade 1. I think we would all agree here.
Yeah, it's okay, but not, yeah,
not a great race, but it is the week after the Breeders' Cup, and you know, worth repeating would be the long shot that I would use. He's only 2 for 15 as an allowance winner, but he's a 4-year-old that seems to be getting a little better, well-bred, ran a good race 3 back in the Del Mar Handicap, and Mandela has won this race 3 times, so I think worth repeating would be my long shot, and then I would include Temple City in my exotics too. So like we were talking about, the Breeders' Cup is over, and there's always a little bit of letdown. Let's maybe quick recap. Tom, do you have any standout performances or something that...
I do. You know, wagering-wise, not one of my better Breeders' Cups, but quite frankly, I was kind of, you know, long overdue for something like that. I really liked horses, quite frankly, who just didn't fire, and as you know, I picked Quality Road in the Classic rather than Blame. Liked them both, and he finished last. You know, you move on, but performance-wise, I thought it was really just a great Breeders' Cup. I liked the later post time, having the races, you know, with the lights on. I thought it worked out great. Yeah, the handle went up, which was great. As far as performances, the Blame Zenyatta race was fantastic. You know, he ran an exceptional race. She ran an exceptional race. Loved it. We'll never forget it. Uncle Mo really impressed me. I thought he stood out. The Breeders' Cup Mile, of course, was just, man. I mean, that turn of foot that she has is unbelievable, and the fact that she's racing next year is great, I think. And the one that might have gotten lost in the shuffle, I thought, was Pluck's race. I think he ran awesome. I think he ran great. And man, I just thought he ran great.
Pluck actually, for me, you know, obviously Goldakova and Uncle Mo and Blaine. But, I mean, Pluck, what he did, he bobbled at the break, had a terrible start, and was dead last and came with that turn of foot. Same thing he did in the summer stakes, so we can't be too surprised. And then Pletcher's other horse in the Juvenile Phillies Turf, More Than Real, had a great turn of foot too. Both of those stood out for me. For you,
Pluck, that was an incredible ride by Gomez. I mean, just didn't panic after that and just took his time and just come flying on. The one you didn't mention was Big Drama. I thought that was extremely impressive. Very good ride by Koa to get off the rail and get a good position on the lead there. Yeah,
he was a horse that we both liked, but I think the rail kind of steered us away, and you know, like you said, he got a good ride.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a fantastic Breeders' Cup, and like you said, the handle and the attendance were up. And,
it was. The races were great. The one that I don't understand is the turf. It keeps coming up with small fields. It's a $3 million mile-and-a-half turf race that comes up with small fields, and I don't quite understand that. Does anybody have any insights into that?
I mean, I was wondering how many Europeans didn't come because of workforce.
Okay.
And, you know, it's really sad that if they were coming really with the intent not to run, that might have scared a lot of people away.
Maybe so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the American turf horses this year they're quite frankly not that good.
It was light.
And once Patty decided not to come, it was and Gio, don't forget Gio. Most of the year, people thought that he was going to point to that race.
I mean, I think he could have won the mile and a half that race. I think he probably could have won.
Gio Ponte?
Gio Ponte, probably.
Yeah. So anyway, it was. You're right. The race did not come up that good. And it was disappointing unless you cashed a ticket.
I didn't bet the race, believe it or not.
Okay. Well, anyway, we had a great time. And Tim, is there anything going on at Briss or Twin Spires?
We have Florida Million Showdown. You can win $1 million points or share of $1 million points for people that place the most wagers at Calder on Saturday. And details are on twinspires.com.
Big day at Calder.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Thank you to Briss and Twin Spires, our sponsors, and thanks to everybody for watching. For Tom and Tim, I'm Jason. Good day.